Oh, hi. Good morning. It's early Tuesday morning, and I've just had my coffee, so I'm kind of civilized now. Today is a very interesting day. Today sees the launch of a new endeavor called the Paideia Center for Theological Discipleship. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's been spun off really from a number of things that have been going on in the past few years, including the Trinity debate, which was kind of launched here in Philadelphia. And the Paideia Center focuses on doing two things. One, having reading groups in major center cities all across America. And two, an annual conference that will be held in Orlando in January. The reading groups are intended to cultivate theological wisdom for today's church, using some of the great texts of the Christian tradition. So we're going to have one here in Philly in the fall. Let me just tell you what we'll be looking at. We're going to be looking at the theological orations of Gregory Nazianzen, one of the great church leaders of the early church. That's for the fall. And then we're going to be looking at one of Luther's key texts in the spring. And you'll be hearing more about this. I'll be leading the Philadelphia one. But the idea is really to expose ourselves to these great people who have shaped and formed the work and thinking of the church over the centuries. Sometimes we live as if everything that's happening in Christianity is happening today. In reality, we're just pygmies on the shoulders of giants, and we need to learn from them. So do be praying for the Paideia Center. I think it's going to be a great initiative for the sake of the church. Pray for this coming Lord's Day. There's one thing I wanted to add off the back of something that I said last Sunday about Isaac being passive in the way in which he found his wife Rebecca. And I may have given the wrong impression, and I just want to correct an impression that I might have left. I think it's a good thing for young people to use every opportunity that's made available to them to make connections with other young people. I think sometimes something like ChristianMingle.com is a useful thing for young people to use, where they can find connections with other young people. I think our own college ministry, our 20s and 30s ministry is good in itself, but it's also a way of making friendships, and who knows what will come out of those friendships. So I don't want anyone to think for 1 minute that I don't want us to use those things, those kinds of things, as a way of making friendships that might develop into something else, or just friendships that will last for a lifetime. Have a good week, and see you on the Lord's Day.